Alrighty. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Back again. Trade idea 7/12/23. Let's jump right into it. Alright, so if we look, this is what we had Monday. It's a 5-minute chart. And we wanted to see price pull back into this area. It did. Then it continued moving up. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little bit more analysis here. We're going to throw on A and just get an idea of what that looked like when it started moving here. Looks like it went dark and then it started moving up. And yeah, so the trend, green, right? It started to show a little bit of hope. Started moving. The only difficult thing about this particular trend here, right? We see this break up. Or we see this break down. We see finally breaks back up. And then I wasn't watching this. I was doing something else at this point. But you see a break above, right? This area here. Then we want to see it come back. And then if it does, right here. And then maybe we look on a lower time frame and we find some entry into here. But then we see this large pullback. So this probably would have been some choppiness, or maybe on a lower time frame we could have got a nice entry and took some profits out. But been away, and it is summertime. Not a bunch of liquidity in the market. But at the end of the day, there still are moves in here. So we look here, comes down, breaks. Here we see it run up in B1, and we want to see it continue up. So maybe get in somewhere around here. Now when I'm seeing this, right, it's coming into this large area here. There's no disputing that. So when we see it break, and we do see it break here, which is interesting. See it break right above. See it come back down. We see this. So this one would be tough, right? Because we probably take a loss in here. Probably would have taken a loss trying to long the top here. If I'm being completely honest with myself, something like this. Then we see it moving slowly back down, right? See break up. B1, slight pullback. Maybe I get greedy and take it like this. Something like that. And get a 1 or 2. But that's a greed entry right there. No mistake about it. So then we just keep watching. Never really comes back down here. And then we see it run up to here. So that's 1 to 5. Before ultimately pulling all the way back down there. So I'm just giving you some ideas of how you could potentially play that if you're looking at the charts at those particular moments for some scalps. But I didn't play those, so we won't talk about them. So now, where are we at? We're up here in this area. And if you recall, this is just an area to continue down, right, before ultimately coming into this price down in this area to continue up. Now, we zoom out. Let's go ahead and zoom out a bit. We see, I mean, honestly, the trend is your friend, right? So really, you probably would be wanting to bet on it continuing long, because you see we're above this 200 and we are just cruising above that 200, right? We're so far above 200 on the daily. Look at this. We're just cruising up. And it still could be an argument for a nice short to end up coming back up. Let's see. Yeah, we're still pretty green. Like what we see, we had this and then we got green again. And if we're looking on the weekly, right? And this was taken from we can go back here. right? This was taken from like a max for, I believe it was a 4-hour perspective. Yeah. Around there, probably a little lower, right? We ended up refining the zone because we saw this large move up and we're like, okay, where's the last down move? We had this candle here, which we were looking for particular buys off of. Then we went down to a lower time frame to say, okay, well, you know what? We have this area. Let's find another zone down there. And then as you can see here on the hourly, we found this particular zone. And at this point, we were willing to say, okay, well, we're looking at price action here. We got this last break up, break down, right? Now, this could be a reaccumulation. Don't get me wrong. Right? So it breaks down, but then like we wanted to see it continue up. But ultimately, we want to see it come down into this area here. This area here, right? This area and down here. So I'm going to look for shorts today. And if something looks good, then we'll take it. So it looks like we're up here. Highs. I mean, this is a long way to break down. Very, very long way to break down. So we could probably see it penetrate a bit more into this area, right? Sign of weakness, break, right? Retest, break up again, and then have something like this, right? So let's draw this in so you can get an idea of what I'm thinking. So come up like that, fall off, come up like that, fall off, and then maybe even a nice long move up, break, something like that, right? So we're just gonna wait. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put this alert here. So while we're doing whatever we're doing, we can come back and have a look-see. We're gonna leave it at that for the NAS. Let's go to Euro. Euro, we see we're in a downtrend on the 1 minute. Now, what are we looking for? So, yeah, saw it run up here. I don't really like that. So, in the near term, beginning of the week, right? We had this zone here. And then we had a break up in structure, and so we have this zone. Looks like we have a break here, but this could be a distribution here. Could be, because in this higher time frame, right? We finally broke this area here. So I mean, once we broke that, I mean, we could. We're pretty green right here. You see this going up. Let's see here. Yeah, it's open. I mean, something like that would be plausible for sure. Yeah, that's why we refined it there. Because you see this opens and it continues up. So, I mean, ultimately, I do like, let's remove this stuff. You see here, I do like this area for longs off of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and put an alert here. Awesome. Let's go to gold. Break. Zoom out a bit. Yeah, we have this zone down in here. Because we still want to see it go bullish. Had a nice little accumulation. Excuse me. Whew. But we're in the red right now, so I mean, this looks like a good zone to go ahead and trade off of. On the 6 hour, let's go ahead and see if we got some refinement here. 4, 3. Really, the only thing that we potentially have is this wick right here. In the short term, we were still looking to come up to this level, so you have this breaks, continuations, right? So we see some breaks here. We see some breaks here. This one's tough. It doesn't look very clean at all. because what I'm looking at right now, I'm looking at this right here, but you see that's mitigated. So then the next best would probably be something like here. It's interesting. We're looking for this on lower time frame, right? To look for a short down. We're gonna go ahead and remove that though. And then we have this break here. We get a lot of wick action right here. I mean, this does look pretty good. Looks like we're starting to tap into it. We just had that breaker structure on NASDAQ. So if we ran this and we tapped into this further, we want to see a pullback and then another run, right? So that we have a nice structural break, retest, keep going. So we're looking for it to come deeper into here. Let's go see what the NASDAQ is looking like. Yeah, you see this here, right? It's pretty good. So we see this break, body close. Now we want to see something like maybe a break here, retest, continuation. But that's going to be it for today, y'all. Hope you learned something. As always, have a wonderful week. Let's start with the day first and maybe even the next hour as you're watching this. Continue to be great. It's your boy Trey Life with B-Film out. Peace.